Okay, so I never would have thought that I was going to go into farming. My family came from a background of farming. My grandparents grew up on farms. They didn't farm directly themselves. By the time my parents came along, they really wanted to distance themselves from farming and get into the more what they considered to be intellectual, you know, office type work. And that's what I thought was going to be my path as well. When our first child was born, he really had an interest in natural things. As our son got older, he was really drawn to farming. And so my husband and I decided that we were going to make that happen for him, and that was what we wanted for our family. As soon as we started the work, actually out there, growing, working together as a family, I knew that there wasn't anything else that I would ever want to do. I think that finances certainly played a role in at least my family's decision to move away from farming. My parents, I think, kind of fell into the kind of baby boomer trap of wanting stuff. And for them, I think that they felt like they couldn't support that type of lifestyle on a farm. When my husband and I first got married, I think that we kind of felt the draw towards that kind of stuff. And then it didn't take us too long to realize that it wasn't really fulfilling anything for us. And so our mindset has changed as to what we need and what constitutes a good lifestyle. And so for us, yeah, I do think that it's hard to make ends meet, but a lot of it is how much do you want to buy? And so what we have done is just cut back and cut back and cut back to where we can live off of my husband's income. And I stay home with the kids, and I write on the side. And any proceeds that I make from writing we're able to save because we are living below actually my husband's means. And then of course any profits we make from farming we're actually able to save as well. Well, I think if anything what the economic crisis has shown us and what our parents' generation has shown us is that money does not buy happiness. And I think that there's definitely ways to cut back. And you'll actually find your life more enriched by living simpler. And so if you are living a life that is financially below your means, where you're able to spend a lot of time with your family and in your community, you are going to have the time for much deeper interpersonal relationship than I think most people experience now. And if you were able to imagine a life where you were working side by side with your partner or your family or other people that you care about, producing a really high quality product for other people who really value it, you're going to find that you're going to have a much healthier life and well-rounded life. I mean, if you want to change the world, you can change it locally. So I would like to see more affordable farmers market options. I mean, we have structures available, but a lot of the farmers markets are really expensive to get in. And really, you have to be on a pretty high production level. You have to be able to get out there every week in order to be able to make any money off of it. You also have a different subsect of society, the people who really need natural, organic food, who are living off of processed food. Those type of people need to know about options out there, and they need to be able to be in contact with them. The main problem with that community that I see is that money is a huge deciding factor. I mean, when they purchase their food, they're basically purchasing the cheapest thing that they can buy, even if they know it's the lowest quality. And so I think in order for local food to really go to scale, they need to be able to meet the needs of across the board. But I feel like quality, affordable farmland closer to the cities would be key. When you have a mortgage that is over $300,000 on your acreage, and have payments of over $1,500 a month, then you have to factor in utility costs, which are traditionally higher on farms, and then mileage to get the product to the customers. I think that one thing, if there was a way to provide lower cost, high quality farmland close to the cities for farmers starting out, that would be a huge step. Well, I would be very interested in joining an organization that would really have a focus of making our local cities more local food friendly. I know that one of the main hurdles that we came across is just the city bureaucrats and the red tape, and also the fact that there's a lot of misunderstanding. One of our local council members, who shall remain nameless, said if people want to have chickens, they can just move to Grant Township. And you know, that type of mindset is what's going to kill the local food system. I feel like if the cities themselves could do some sort of outreach to our neighbors. I mean, we don't have the local support. If you want to have chickens or a goat or, heaven forbid, honeybees in your backyard, you're really kind of labeled as an outsider, and you should just move out of the city and move someplace more rural. I think that would really be the key to get out there, you know, what the local movement is, that is good for everybody, and you know, really look at some of these policies that we have.